everybody, it's Topwater Johnny, and in this bass fishing video, it's time for a topwater lure review. We've got bugs, minnows, and spoons inside here. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo, holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! And that one hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. Want to welcome you to the next video here. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, because in this video here, what I've done is I've ordered some lures that really fit this time of year and the situations that a lot of us are facing down here in the South. It's really hot outside, so early in the morning is the best time, or late in the evening is the best time. But if you're going to fish during the daytime, there are some lures that will make a difference. So what I'm going to do here is share with you some lures that I bought that can help me fish, whether it's the morning time, midday, or in the evening. So let's go ahead and begin the review now. Okay, everybody, now let's get started with our lure review. And the first lure up that I'm going to show you is an insect lure. It's made by Jackal, and it's called the Jackal Bug Dog right here. Check that one out, everybody, here, Bug Dog. This lure is actually 1.5 inches in length, 1/8 of an ounce, so it's a really light lure. Doesn't come with a hook, but as you can see right here, the actual hook actually hooks in the front nose of this actual lure right here. As you can see, it hooks in the front of it here. So when you're fishing this lure, you're going to be fishing it just like this right here. And as you can see, got the insect feet on here as well, and got even some little wings on here as well. And these little wings are pretty durable here. So I've had a chance to kind of cast around with this lure, and they're actually pretty durable here. So when would you fish this? Well, as you know, the cicada bugs are out. So this is actually remnant of a cicada bug right here, even though it looks like a beetle or something right here. I'm actually going to be fishing this, of course, in cover, lily pads, heavy areas where there's lots of grass, where the bass are really popping up and feeding on little insects like this right here. Also, this lure right here, I'm fishing it on 10-pound monofilament, and I've got a 7-foot medium rod right here, spinning setup here, and that's what I'm actually fishing this lure on right here. And like I said before, it's hooks in the front here, so because it's so small, this lure is really designed for that bass to just inhale the whole piece and get caught when they're biting the front of it here with your hook here as well. So that's kind of what I've got here. Like I said, it's from Jackal. Actually paid $12.90 for it, and you know, it's a Japanese. I had to order it because it's a Japanese lure, so I had to kind of go on a Japanese website to find it. But I've always wanted one of these lures right here, and so I'm looking forward to fishing with this one in the future. But this is the Jackal Bug Dog. I'm not sure how many of you guys have ever seen it, but here it is right here. All right, everybody, check this one out. Another little lure here. This is the actual Megabass Flying X right here, and as you can see, this lure actually doesn't come with but one actual hook in the back here. As you can see, not two hooks, but just one hook in the back. Make sure you guys can see that here. Focus in on that. And this lure actually is 3/16 of an ounce. It's 2 inches in length, and what it does is it zigzags and jumps across the water. So as you retrieve this lure in, it actually looks like a fleeing bait fish. It's even, notice how it's even designed in the front of it here, where it's kind of got a hump shape here. It's really designed to skip across the top of the water, really mimicking those mini little bitty minnows that those big bass could be chasing. Now this lure right here, I got it from the Hookup Tackle. Price was $15.99. I used 15-pound braid on this on a medium rod, mostly fishing this in open water. Now, one thing about this lure, you only have one hook. So you're going to really have to wait and allow these fish to commit to the bite, because you only have one hook. You don't really have that hook in the front to improve your odds of hookup. So you've got to allow them to bite hold of this. What I'm probably going to do with this lure eventually, as you can see right here, is I'm eventually going to put a feathered tail on the back of this lure right here. This looks like a saltwater hook in a way, but it's not. I'm actually going to get a feather hook on there, so I really want those bass to key in and focus on the whole piece here, because I can already tell that they might try to hit the front of it and miss the back. But it's a tiny little lure designed for top water, designed for looking like a fleeing bait fish. So this right here is the Megabass Flying X, and I'll be fishing this on spinning tackle as well. Okay. All right, everybody. And our next lure is, check it out, another micro little bitty bug type lure here. It is the OSP HP Bug. And this really is a micro little lure right here. Now, when you look at this at first, you might be thinking about what a Ned rig here. And that's what it, to me, what I thought it was in the very beginning was a Ned rig. But it's really designed to be a little bug that flutters down to the bottom of the water column, or you can keep it on top as well. You can set it up, as you can see right here, as a weedless presentation right here. And this lure right here, I got it from the Hookup Tackle. It's actually, the length is 1.5 inches in length, and actually comes in a package, and I'll show you right here, everybody. Comes in a package of 8 of these, and it's $9.99. And this right here truly is a great lure for bass, but also for crappie, also for panfish as well, because it truly looks like just a little bug here. And one of the things that I'm going to do with this lure, as you can see right here, is I'm going to put it and fish it as a weedless presentation, throwing it in those little tough areas where there's a lot of grass, a lot of gunk, a lot of stuff, but I know bass are in there hiding, or even panfish are in there hiding as well. Fishing this on 10-pound monofilament, medium rod with spinning tackle, and as I said before, along the edges. Now, it will sink because it does have a hook here, and it will sink down, but I kept it up in the water column, just up near the top and slowly letting it glide down, but always bring it back to the top, running across the grass columns here. So that's how I would be fishing this lure right here. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen this lure before, but it's a great little one when they're really chasing those small insects and they're popping on top of the water, but they're really not going for any kind of big lure. This is kind of downsizing that you can do in order to hook into them. So this right here is the OSP HP Bug. All right, everybody. Here's another one, a little bit bigger lure here, really trying to look like that minnow in the water that's kind of gliding along. And this lure right here is from Savage Gear. It's the Savage Gear Twitch Reaper. This particular lure is 3.5 inches long. It's a half an ounce. I spent $9.99 on this lure. You can get this one from the Tackle Warehouse. I'm sure they sell it there as well. And it comes in a sinking and a floating, just so that you guys know. Now, I tested this lure out, kind of threw it just to see what it does here. And it does twitch right to left. But if you kind of do a longer retrieve of it, meaning bring it in with slow pops, it glides almost. So when you're doing a steady retrieve, it will actually glide right to left in like a gliding bait, which I was surprised about. Now, I'm throwing it out, twitching it near the surface, looking like a fleeing bait fish, but it will glide as well and kind of shift and glide. So that's also an interesting thing here, because here's the thing to think about. When you throw it out and you twitch it, reel it, and you let it glide, twitch it, reel it, let it glide, that really does create and mimic some type of bait fish fleeing or being injured. It's got really big, strong, stout hooks on it because it's made by Savage Gear, of course. This particular lure right here, I'm going to be fishing this on 30-pound braid tied to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader right here, because I want to make sure that this looks really like a fish in the water. So I won't tie it direct to braid. I'll tie it straight to fluorocarbon, because I want it to sink down just a little bit, because I want it to be just below the surface when I'm reeling with this lure right here as well. This lure is really built for open water. Don't want to get it to the lily pads or in the grass, because it'll just get stuck and gunked up. You want to keep it out, open water, near pockets, near areas, maybe even boat docks, but you just want to keep it in the open water area. So once again, this is the Savage Gear Twitch Reaper. All right, everybody, our next lure up here, and this lure was recommended to me by Frank Mayer. So Frank Mayer is a subscriber of the channel. I want to thank him for recommending it. And the lure is the Lunker City Salad Spoon right here. Check that out. The salad spoon right there. It's an actual plastic lure, runs on top of the water, has a top water presentation, and it has a, as you can see right here, it's about 5 inches in length here. And this lure, just so you guys know, comes in a package of 4. So you get 4 in a package. I got this from Tackle Warehouse. The price on this was $4.99. And this lure, everybody, is just built for heavy cover right here. Lily pads, grass. This is what you throw across it. As you can see right here, it's even got its own keel system in here, so it really stays level and even. It actually also, as you can see here, I've got it set up as a weedless presentation. It's even got a little slit in here so that you really do have a weedless presentation. Big tail in the back, so it flutters and it moves really hard here as well. This lure, as I said before, I'm fishing this one on my medium heavy rod bait caster with 30 to 40 pound braid, and I'm tying it right directly to this with a leader here. Actually, one of my, see it right here, show it to you right quick. One of my egg snaps right here. So I got an egg snap on the line. I'm tying it directly to this right here, and I'm just running across that junk, that heavy cover, heavy areas, and I'm just going to run it across there. And once again, when you're running across lily pads where they have to come up and bust, I know it's exciting to pull up on them fast, but just wait a second till they commit to the bite and you feel your rod load. That's when you set the hook. So once again, just want to thank Frank Mayer for recommending the Lunker City Salad Spoon. This is an awesome lure right here, so I just wanted to share that with everybody. All right, everybody, and here is our last of our lures here that I want to show you here. And this one actually was recommended to by a subscriber, and his name is Brian Kissling, and he recommended the Megabass Prop Darter 80. And this is a classic right here. This one's been around for a number of years as well, so it's not a brand new lure, but it's a really effective lure right here. This lure costs $18.99, made by Megabass here, and I got it online through eBay because I wanted this particular design, but you can get it from a number of other places as well online. I just wanted to get the bass design right here because I thought it looked really cool. The lure itself is 1/4 of an ounce. The length is 3.16 in inches. And here's the thing, this lure actually has a bill on the front of it, and you would think that because it had a bill on the front of it, that it would want to dive, but it doesn't dive. It just goes below the surface, but actually it wakes right to left a lot. And also, here's the thing, when you're twitching this lure and you're racing it across the water and you twitch it, when you pause, that blade right here is still spinning, so the lure still is coasting along like a minnow. And it really does get a lot of strikes and a lot of excitement with this lure right here. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys a video on this lure in the near future as well. Also, a couple other things here. I'm fishing this actually on 20-pound monofilament. So I'm going directly from my line directly to the end of this with once again with an egg snap as well. But it's all monofilament on my bait caster. So 20-pound monofilament, 7-foot medium heavy rod, bait caster. That's what I'm casting this on right here as well. I've thrown this one already, thrown it next to cover, thrown it in open water, thrown it in some little areas, little pockets, and just kind of brought it out slowly. It works great in any number of those areas there. So I am really pleased with this lure right here. And I just want to thank Brian Kissling for recommending it. And you guys will definitely see a video on this one in the near future. So once again, this is the Megabass Prop Darter 80. All right. Okay, everybody. Before we go into our review, just want to share with you another lure here. Those are the main ones that I got in. But last week was my actual birthday. And so my wife got me a gift card, and I ended up getting another lure. I don't know when I'm going to fish this lure because I already have one in the bass pattern, but I think it's such a cool looking lure that I wanted you guys to see it, and it's from Megabass, and it's the Pop Max right here, just so you guys can see that right here. That is a beautiful lure right there. This is in the white python. I actually have this popper in the bass pattern. Highly effective popper. Nice rattles in it, feather tail. This one is built and ready to go. But like I said before, it was just such a cool design here with the python and everything that I thought that I would just go ahead and get this lure as a gift to myself for my wife, and just, you know, have it as one of my collector items. So anyway, not sure if you guys have ever seen this one before, but it's the Megabass Pop Max, and it is the white python. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it, but it's definitely a cool looking lure. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and do a quick review of the lures that I've discussed, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. All right. Okay, everybody, and here they are, the lures that we reviewed. Starting at the very top here, this is the Jackal Bug Dog. This right here is the Megabass Flying X. This next one here is the OSP HP Bug. The next one is the Savage Gear Twitch Reaper. The next one on here is the Lunker City Salad Spoon. And finally, the next one is Megabass Prop Darter 80. And these are the Topwater lure review and unboxing. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review of those lures there. And as I said before, when it comes to from spring into summer, and really when you get into summer, those bass are going to be keen on insects, of course, on bait fish, and hiding in deep cover to stay cool. And because of that, that's why the lures that I selected to show you guys were so appropriate. You know, I showed you some lures that look like bugs and insects. I also showed you some lures that look like minnows, and then some that look like bigger fleeing minnows. And then, of course, I showed you a spoon. And I don't normally fish with spoons that often, but this one definitely had that look about it that I knew that, wow, this one in the lily pads across heavy cover, they would come up and pop this right here because that tail gives off a lot of action. So I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever seen those lures that I featured here, but if you have, I'd love to get your guys' thoughts and ideas about them. Have you fished them? What's your opinion about them? Is there any modifications you think I should make to them? Because I'm definitely going to fish them and try to work them the way they are, but of course I will modify them to make sure I catch some fish on them. So just want to get you guys' thoughts on it as well. Want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to the channel. Next week, we're going to be rolling out more videos here. Maybe some swim bait stuff where I've caught some fish on. Not really sure. I'm going to look and see which one I want to roll out next week. But I'm going to definitely get one out to you next week as well that shows me catching fish as always. So once again, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button because that helps the algorithm and it helps everything else. So once again, this is Topwater Johnny saying that phrase, keep your line tight, because when they hit those topwater lures, especially into those lures that I mentioned in this video, it's going to be a big bite. I'll see you in the next video.